Have you ever repurposed something and been like, oh, that is prim perfection? Well, today, this wood basket turned into wall holder, a couple of upcycled bowls, and this tea-stained flour sack towel. Everything just came together. Let me show you how I did it. I picked up this cool wooden basket recently, and I absolutely love it just the way it is, but I have an idea of something a little bit different I want to do with it. So let's see what else we can do. I took the handle off the top from here, and I'm going to move it down to here. I'm thinking that's a good spot right there. All right, and luckily they put it in with these screws so I can move these things around. So I'm gonna move this one out. And I'm gonna move it forward to the end. Now here's the reason why I wanted to do that, because I want to make this into a kind of a shelf, basically. So I have a couple bowls. This one is a square bowl, and I wanted to move this out so it could sit on it. And then this is kind of a rail to keep it from falling out. And then I have this round bowl that I think will work too. I may have to put another piece in the front, just a small piece here to keep anything from popping out the bottom, but I think that's going to work really well for that too. All right, we're going with prim colors here. This is Dixie Belle chalk paint in the color collard green. I'm absolutely loving this right now. It's a great prim green, nice and dark. So that's what we're going to paint this guy first. We're going to paint him all, probably a couple of coats of this green. It's going to take a while because of these slats, but that's okay. So while I was painting, I realized that I could take this piece off here and put that on the bottom so that it would make it not so open down here. So I think that's what I'm going to do. It's already painted. So I think what I'm going to do is just unscrew this and just pop it on the bottom so that it has like a little shelf down there. It gives it a little more room to put bowls and plates and things. So I'm going to take this one off. Oh yeah, that's so much better. So it actually helps it so it will sit. Before it wasn't sitting because there was nothing in the back to hold it. So now it will like sit on a shelf too instead of hanging, which I think is great. It gives you kind of the versatility of doing either a hanging system or just putting it on a shelf. Now I got to get rid of some of these drips and wait for this guy to dry. All done and painted. Now, because this is chalk paint, I think I'm going to try to wet distress. So what I do is just go along and get wherever I want to distress it. Wet first, like I kind of just give it a little rundown, and then I go back, see how it just comes off there so well. Doesn't take a lot of elbow grease, which is good. So there we go. We just get that wet, and then as you can see, once it gets activated again, it only takes a second, and it just starts coming off. Doesn't take long. It's giving it a little bit. It's coming off here and there. So I'm just going to keep doing that all the way around on this. I'm going to do the slats to make this look aged and old, and then I'll show you what we'll do next. All right, I got it all sanded. Wet distressed is what I did actually. I got the slats in the back, got this here, got down here. I did the sides. I think it looks good and aged. Now, because I love the antique look, we're going to use some antique wax. It's got to be sealed in anyways. It's chalk paint, so it's got to be sealed in. And I'm going to just do every other slat first, so I can show you what it looks like. Show you the difference. See which one you like. You may not like it with the antique wax, but then again, you may love it. There we go. Okay, let's see if you can see the difference here. With this green, there's not a heck of a lot, but you can see where it's taken the brown and made it a little bit darker, as opposed to this one that hasn't been done and it's not as dark. You see the difference there? And then this one's been done. So you can see it's a little bit darker as I move it with the light. And it does darken up those raw edges as well. Darkens up that green. It almost makes you go, is that green or is that black? Or what color is that? It's a dark color. So that's pretty cool. I like it. So I'm going to finish putting this on the rest of my slats and my sides and everywhere else that needs to be sealed in. And then we will move on to the next step. But I just want to get this sealed first. All right, my little shelf is drying. It's got all sealed in. And now I'm going to take and paint my bowls. Now I have two different bowls. It doesn't matter which one I use in my little shelf. I'm going to just paint them both. Not with that, whatever that is. I did sand this one because it was shiny. But I like this because of all the little designs on it. Can you see all the little dips and everything? I don't know, it's probably like a walnut bowl or something. And you put your walnuts in there and then you crack them. I just love all those little indentations, because what I'm going to do is go back and sand that, and it's going to just show up so good on all those little details, and it's going to look so awesome. So I'm going to do this one, and then I have this round, just this round wood bowl that I'm not sure. I haven't decided if I'm going to paint it or if I'm just going to darken it up with some antique wax and use it as a stain. I'm not sure yet. This one's definitely obviously going black because, well, that's what we're doing. But I think this is going to look really good. Really good. And I think, and I know it will fit in my shelf, and I think it'll look great with the black against that green on the shelf. Now I could have done this the opposite. I could have done the shelf black, and then this bowl could have been green or whatever color I wanted it to be, brown, whatever. But I'm thinking that I'm just loving that green. So, and I think other people will too. So that's why I did the green shelf. Why not? Have a little flash of color with your prims, even though it's a dark primitive green, it still gives you a different color instead of everything being black all the time. So I did 2 coats on this. I still need to do the bottom, but I want to get the top done. I'm gonna add a little bit of water. I'm gonna wet distress this bowl also. This is acrylic paint. It's just apple barrel, so it's nothing that's gonna really stick super, super great unless I seal it. So before I seal it in, I'm gonna distress it. So I'm just adding, again, just getting the wood wet or the paint wet, just damp, and then I'm just rubbing. And what I wanna do is just bring back that, bring out some of that detail that's in there. And just make it look really old and distressed. Go in different directions with it. Make sure I get it all the way around, but also make sure I'm not just going in one direction. So I'm just gonna do this all the way around, give the sides that same look. I am gonna flip it over and do this bottom piece. I'll put 2 coats on that and then seal that in really good. I think this is coming out really nice. Now I'm going to take some antique wax and put it on. I need to seal it in, and also, of course, I like to age it. So we're just going to sloppily just put it on. You could skip this part and then just do some clear matte sealer. I did 2 coats on the very bottom of this after I painted it. It's this Rust-Oleum clear matte sealer. I did 2 coats on the bottom just so I knew that if it was sitting on somebody's counter, it wouldn't, you know, stick and have the paint come off or anything like that. All right, and I'm gonna get messy and just start wiping. I'm not gonna wipe too hard because, again, this is acrylic paint, but it will come off when it's wet. So, because I did a wet distress on it, so I'm not gonna push too hard because I don't want too much. I mean, I don't care really, but I don't want to take all the paint off. I did distress the bottom, and again, I sprayed it, sealed it with the Rust-Oleum sealer. There. That's looking nice and aged. I love it. My black bowl is all finished. I'm just setting it aside to dry. And I have a little antique wax in a different container. It's an antique wax container, but it was empty. And I put a little wax in and a little bit of water, and I'm gonna put it over my bowl. I don't wanna do a full non-watered down. I mean, I could, but this bowl is so dry, it would be hard to wipe it back. So this hopefully is gonna let the wood, because this is a wood bowl, it's gonna open up the pores. This water is going to open up the pores on this wood. And it's just gliding across it, which is really nice. If I was to use the non-watered down, it would be really hard to get that to come off. But look how nice. Oh, that looks so good. That's an awesome color brown. I love it. Now you could let that dry and go in with a second coat. Get that nice and dark, but let's flip it over and look what it looked like before, because I haven't done the inside, of course. So this is the stained, okay? Oh, look at that. Look at the difference. Bam and bam. Wow. That's such a difference. Okay, so I'm gonna do the same thing here. Again, this will not be food safe, just for decor. I try, if I can do food safe stuff, to do that, but this is decor. This is just funsies, stuff to hang on the wall or just to decorate the home. Just doing that makes that look old. It's got some dark spots where you can see where it was grinding and it's still like rough. In some spots, I didn't even sand it. Awesome. And there's the underneath. I love the dark underneath. I love that. I got this whole pack of flour sack towels from Walmart.com, and they're 28 by 28 and they're a 12 pack, and they're already dyed, as you can see. I love the staining on them. You can get them white, you can get them in all different colors. I wanted this color, and they're so big, 28 by 28. I was able to actually cut it down and make two separate towels for it, smaller ones. I didn't need them that big, so this is cut down. I just cut it right in half, and it gave me two, the same size. They come pretty wrinkled. I don't mind some wrinkles in it, but I definitely wanted there to be, you know, I wanted a flat area so that I can stencil on them. So I'm going to take a piece of cardboard. I think this one's going to be just a smidge too long, and I'm going to cut it down so it'll fit inside of my towel or underneath my towel so that I don't stain up the rest of it. There we go. I unfolded it so it's a single layer, and I put my little cardboard in there. That way when I get my material wet, it doesn't go through to the next layer or whatever's underneath. So I also pulled out my one of my stencils. This one you can get off Etsy. I'll have a link for you. And now I'm really excited to try this. One of my friends, Velma, who I get my Dixie Belle paint from and some great ideas from, told me that she uses antique wax on her, with her stencils on her material. So I'm going to try it with mine. So I dipped it in, got some wax on there, and we're going to do just, she said just do little bits of it. You don't want to get it too wet because it will bleed. So this is the first time trying this, so who knows if this is even going to work. I don't know. But you don't want it too juicy. You just want to do it in layers. So you do just a thin, light layer. Like so. Then you can go in and make it darker on your next. It's almost like doing different coats of it. All right, so that was a little juicy. We'll see how that goes. I usually use black paint for this, which is fine. All right, it's killing me. I need to know if it looks good or not. So we're going to lift this up, and I'm pretty sure I can get it back down where I need it. But I want to see if it actually worked and what it looks like. Ready? Oh my goodness, that looks so stinking good. Oh, I love that with the brown. Oh, I love it with the brown. That looks so good, and it looks good on this fabric. And it didn't bleed. I mean, maybe a little bit in certain spots where I got it a little too juicy, but you can read the whole thing. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. I love it. So now you guys know that you can use antique wax and get a brown look instead of using paint. You can still use paint if you want to, but I really like this with the wax on there. So what I'm gonna do is let this dry. I've hit it with the heat gun just a little bit, but I'm gonna let this dry. I don't think I'm gonna go in again. I think this is good distressed look. You've got some darker spots and some lighter spots. I think it's good and distressed. And I think I'm just going to leave it like this. I'm not going to go any darker. So, but I could clean the back of my stencil off and put it back down, center it where it needs to go, and go in and do another coat if I wanted to, but I don't think I'm gonna. So anyway, I'm going to let this dry, and then I will take it with the iron and put a piece of something in between, you know, a towel or a wax paper or something, so that I can kind of heat seal this, and then I will show you what I'm going to do with it. I hope you love my prim projects today. Let me know down in the comments if you did, and if you had a favorite, let me know. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and check out this next video on your screen. I know you're gonna love it. Have a great day.